Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode from my Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. Hope you guys are excited for today's episode. How are you all doing today? I'm having a absolutely wonderful day. We're going to go ahead and finish planting down the last few blocks of this beacon because we are starting this episode with a little bit of experimentation. As mentioned in our previous episode when we were exploring the new 1.17 chunks, which was absolutely amazing. I do hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I had a blast. Kind of felt like more of a stream style episode, but I think that overall I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. So I mentioned that I wanted to try swapping out the roads for this deep slate instead of basalt. So yeah, let's just take a quick little moment here and utilize our wonderful Haste 2 beacon and go ahead and swap out some of this road. Okay, so tore out this little section of road, and now we have some decisions to make. This is something I absolutely want your guys' input on. So with these deep slate, they have a wonderful idea of having two different textures, one on the top and one on the side. So this is all the side textured over here, and this side is the top texture only. And then here in the end, I just did a combination of the two. So maybe let's go ahead and scaffold ourselves up a little bit and get a better look at this. Alright, so here we are up here looking at it from above, and kind of gives like that one on the left, the top texture almost has like a snakeskin feel. I kind of like it, but I don't know if that'd be the best suited for a busy like city road. The one on the right is very, very busy. So I'm actually kind of leaning towards a combination of the two. I think that'll give us the best interest in our roads, which is a little bit more of a pain to make, but you know what? I think it's worth it in the end. So I suppose you're wondering, why did I do this section over here instead of something over more by our skyscrapers and other big buildings that we have down there, which look absolutely amazing. If you guys missed either of these two episodes, I highly recommend going and checking those out soon as you finish up this episode. But like I was saying, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. I digress. So I have been doing a lot of playing around in my creative test world. And this building, well, first of all, is going to be way too short. But I have an idea for what I want to put here. And there's a reason behind this idea. So I've been attempting to mess with my villagers and stuff in my little starter city, and it has been very, very chaotic with just being freely roaming around in that little town hall thing. And I'd like to keep them in that way. So what I'm thinking is that we hop in a big old skyscraper here. One that you guys might think is a little bit iconic. So what do we say? We kick things off for the first time ever into montage mode. Kick that music editor guy. Let's get this thing started. Alright, my friends, what do we think of that little montage, huh? A little bit different from the replay mod footage. So, guys, let me know in the comments, what do you prefer? Do you like that montage, or do you want me to stick with the replay mod footage, or is there something else? Suggestions? You want a combination of the two? Just let me know what you guys want to see, and I will be happy to oblige. So when I first originally put up this structure with this smooth sandstone here, I had every intention on making this entire building kind of stick with that theme. But then I kind of got to thinking, this is 117. We got all these new blocks like the ones behind me. Don't you think that maybe we should utilize those? So let's just say I have spent many hours in my creative test world revising this plan. We're going to keep the overall wireframe the same, but we're going to go ahead and give this thing a bit of an upgrade to give it the time. So I'm thinking a whole lot of basalt. So I am now going to spend quite a few hours in the mines getting shulker boxes of deep slate. And that's not really going to be anything too exciting, I don't think, but I'll go ahead and bring you guys in if there's any sort of highlights. Alright, well, I'm going to get right to it. I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, all back from a very successful mining expedition. We got ourselves a little straggler here from a pillager little patrol, but we were able to get quite a few shulker boxes, which if you'll notice, my wonderful silk scribe pick here has quite a bit of durability lost on it. And that's because I realized after about 2.5 shulker boxes that I actually need cobbled deep slate, but I have a lot of regular deep slate. So I wonder. Hmm. Okay, well, that seems to have done what it was supposed to. Now I suppose, need to swap out an item filter. And I don't know, what's this color? Purple? I think it looks more like cobbled deep slate to me. Yeah. Give me a little bit, guys. I'll be right back with you. Well, I would call that a success. I managed to get myself over an entire shulker box before it did eventually jam up and clog. So I believe I fixed it, but I just went ahead and cleared it manually, and it should be enough to get us started. So as you can see, I have a pretty full inventory, full of a wide assortment of deep slate variations. So let's go ahead and kind of lay out a little bit of the general idea of what I'm going for. I got myself a wonderful screenshot pulled up. We're actually going to start off with this chiseled. Drop it right here. I think that'll be a good corner marker. That'll just kind of help to establish a nice, firm, strong point for us. So those will go just like that. And then we're going to go up to the second level here. If I cannot crash into anything, hopefully. And we're going to swap this thing out for the deep slate bricks. Wow, that is a handful. Sorry, a mouthful to say. And we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going back to the chiseled. From here. And I did that wrong already. Let me fix that, guys. Alright, got that all fixed up. Just had to push that wall back. But now these are established. Next thing we're going to do is put in the entrance, which is going to be 5 over from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And it should be 5 from this side. So, yep, we got our 2 wide doorway. And then we're going to go ahead and line this all the way up to the top. Once again, let's put in our wonderful highlight block. And then right here at the top, we're going to come out 1. Just like so. So now that we have more of the skeleton framing, what we're going to come in is use these deep slate tile walls. And those are actually going to be our walls. We need to go through and line this out. I'm always still forgetting that the road level is actually up 1, so I'm trying to build this all, not there, all 1 low. And since we're at it, we're going to need to go through and fill this in. Because of course, naturally, the walls are going to have a little bit of a gap, and we don't want that, especially since we will be housing our villagers in here. Alright, let me take a little bit of a snooze. I'm going to fill this in, and then I'll bring you guys in, and we will talk about it. Alright, let's go ahead and take ourselves a nice little look-see. I definitely like that. Besides that little middle area is a little bit off. I'll have to fix that, as well as those being too high. But here on the left, that is the general idea for what I'm going for. And of course, since this is a post-apocalyptic world, we're going to go through, maybe break out a couple windows, of course, add our wonderful vines that we have over on our first residential building, which, yeah, we still got to do that at some point. I'll get around to it. So yeah, I think that I'm going to go ahead and just knock out the rest of this bottom floor so that way we can move right along to the next thing that we have planned in this episode. So yeah, once again guys, give me a little bit and I will be right back with you. Well guys, I may have done it again. Yeah. Kind of just got in the zone and kept building and kept building, and then I ran out of cobbled deep slate and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I said I was gonna bring you guys in when I finished the first floor. Whoopsies. But how about that, guys? Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I think that'll do just fine. And I did go through and do it pretty much symmetrical on both sides. So it's kind of equally growing. I'm not just doing the front of it and then leaving the back plate. Grin. But yes, my friends, this is turning out beautifully. Actually, let me park myself right up on top of this little skyscraper wireframe. That's probably going to get changed into something else. Now I swapped out the roof line for andesite instead of granite because I thought it fit a lot better with the color palette. So all of this stuff right here by the windows is just the tiled deep slate walls. So that way I can get that little bit of pop of the texture difference. Because this build is definitely going to be more of a shapes than it is going to be a texture build. So you can get just that little bit of difference between the full thickness of the blocks and then the wall texture. And also that whole top area right here is mob proof because it's all at the bottom level. So we don't have to worry about any zombies or creepers or anybody dropping in on us. And then, yeah, I went back in with the roads and did that varying texture like what we had discussed at the beginning of the episode and just carried it all around to this intersection and then added in the sidewalks. And I do plan on going back in here and adding even more variation because I was playing around with some of the moss blocks and I was actually, you can see over here, I was just placing it down and bone mealing it and kind of milling it all out because this is probably going to get removed anyways. And I got myself a whole bunch of these azaleas and the flowered azaleas. So I figured let's cruise on over here to get some dirt in a row and see if we get ourselves, I believe it's like rooted dirt or something like that. So we'll just sneak a little bit from the outside here. Make ourselves a quick little row of dirt. And then let's just do half and half, I suppose. I don't know what the difference is going to be. Am I ruining these by planting them like that? I don't know. I have no idea. But we're going to find out. And then we should be able to just bone meal them, right? Whoa. That only took one. Yep, and there's that rooted dirt. Oh, that's cool. So maybe I don't want to do that. I want to gather the azalea leaves. Yeah, let me do that right quick. I'm going to just grow all these up. You know what? Actually, one of each. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to do that and clean this all up, and then we are on to the next adventure. We are going to go get a goat. It's goat time. So I'll be right back with you guys. As we come popping through the portal back at our original area over here. Oh, hi, skeleton. I think now would be a great time to bring up to all of my viewers, especially in the local area, to me here in the Northwest, primarily Eastern Washington, Idaho, that general area. It is going to be extremely hot. Like, we're talking record-breaking heat, and that might be all over the U.S., but I know I've been getting a lot of heat advisory warnings. So just make sure that you're checking in on your loved ones, make sure that they have adequate cooling and that they are ensuring that you're drinking water, and be sure that you are aware of the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. I'm going to go ahead and just take this moment to pop it up here on my screen so that way you guys can just take a quick little glance over it so you can hopefully identify anyone close to you and then you can treat them accordingly. Alright, so with that little, public service announcement out of the way, we need to go find a mountain biome. So, I don't quite remember which way I was going. I think, what did I say? I went east? Is that what I said I did? I'm not quite sure, but you know what? We're just going to cruise around. I'm going to probably cut back in when we find a mountain biome, and then we'll start looking for a goat, guys. Well, that didn't take too long. We are now at a mountain biome, and it looks like we got... Is this some goats right over here? It sure does. Wow, that's a big old herd of them. Is it a herd? Is it a pack? What is a group of goats called? Has it got some weird name? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. What do you call a group of goats? Alright, so we want to take maybe a couple of you guys home with me. Are any of you guys going to do some cool jumps? Like, I heard you guys could jump like super high up in the air. Let me see some jumps. Alright, well, no jumps. So what we're going to do, I think the best method to do this will be to go ahead and write down these coordinates. So 2213 by negative 7859. Just like that. And then I'm going to go build a portal in the roof of the nether that should pop out somewhere right around here. And then we can just pull them back on the nether roof. I think that'll be the most efficient way to go about bringing them back, because I think you guys need to come home with me. So let me get that done, guys, and I'll be right back with you. So as I am building up this portal here, for my viewers that might not know, the best way to get yourself to the correct spot in the nether when you're trying to build portals is that you'll take your overworld coordinates. In this case it was 2213 and negative 7859, and you'll take those numbers and divide them by 8, making sure that you are paying particular attention to if they're in the positive or negative direction, and then you can build your portal there, and theoretically we should be right at the mountains. So just kind of a little word to the wise, a little tip of the day, whatever have you, that's how you will build up to your nether kind of hub or whatever you need. And then let's go ahead and grab ourselves as many goats as these leads will allow us, because I want all you guys to come home with me. I apparently with the new updates, these goats aren't going to spawn in the mountain biome, because I've been looking around our city and I cannot seem to get any. So let's go ahead and populate our mountains with these goats. Any more stragglers? Got one more down there. Not too bad. Which, by the way, as I was trying to fly around, I got myself a little lost, and I discovered that this particular area of my world is like 95% swamp. I may have to pull up like a screenshot of this area, because there's just so much swamp. Alright, let's just get all you guys to go through. You too, guy. Alright, he'll just wander through. And let's go grab this last little guy, because I don't know. Why not? Okay, so now I get the very difficult task of trying to get all my goats to not go back to the portal. Oh boy, this could be difficult. I should have brought a fence post. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and start with these 3, and then I'll have to come back and get the others. So now the very, very long journey begins of bringing them back to our build project. Just like that, we got ourselves our own herd of sheep. Or goats, excuse me. Make sure we're getting all of these leads back. I think they'll be right at home, being this is right by the edge of a cliff. Go ahead, make your guys at home. Check out this new city. Doesn't match the lore at all, but you know what? We're running with it. Alright guys, well, I think for our next project, we're going to go do a little bit... Excuse me? Hello? I'm trying to talk to my audience here, bro. What did I do to you besides transport you like thousands of blocks from all your friends and families? I mean, you know what? This could be your friends, this could be your family. Yeah. Alright, fine, that's justified. I deserve that. My bad. I'll get you some grass or something. But anyways, guys, I digress. We are going to start setting up the villager trader on the inside of our, you ready for it? Dark Pyre State Building. Isn't that funny, guys? Thought of that all on my own. You know, because it's dark, but it's the Empire State Building. Oh boy, I'll see myself out. But yes, I have this all planned out in my creative world. We're going to have a full row of librarians all the way around. So I tell you what, let me grab up some materials and we're going to just build up like one of these little pods together. And then I think we're getting a little close on the episode. So let me do that, guys. I will be right back with you. Okay, I am back, supplies in hand. We're going to go ahead and turn a whole bunch of this copper into some copper blocks. So I thought maybe, you know, this is a pretty momentous occasion. Let's bring that in with you guys. And now we have unlocked all those recipes. So with that in mind, right quick, I'm going to go ahead and turn all the rest of this into copper blocks, and then we'll get started on it. Alright, we are about as prepared as we can be. Of course, we are waiting on more of these cut copper blocks to oxidize, but this will be enough to get us started. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, remember that our ground level is right there. So we'll just go ahead and put one of those to represent the ground level. We're going to take a note block, and that'll be our activator. And come down here. Want to detect the status change of that, and we want to then take a sticky piston, and then when that fires a signal, we want it to power this redstone block, just like that. And once it is powered, take that signal with a redstone repeater, drop it into this target block, which will then activate this sticky piston, and we'll have our villager sit on, say, basalt, just like that. And then, let's see, a nice temporary block about that. And then on top will be his lectern. Get rid of our temporary block. And this is basically it in a nutshell, guys. Oh, wait. Don't listen to me. I messed that up. We need to put a honey block on top of it. Then the basalt. Come back up here. And just like that should be it. Get rid of that block, and then whenever we want, so that will be the standard position of our villager, and then we need to put a trapdoor on top. So he'll be standing right in here. We can trade to him, and then we're going to have slabs on either side. And then whenever we want to convert him, we'll just give that a tap, and he'll drop down, and we will actually have another trapdoor right here, a downward position, and then the zombie will be able to see him through that and attack him, convert him, and then we can convert him back and get those sweet discounts. So with that, guys, that unfortunately is going to have to do it for today's episode. It's a little bit of a vague description because I don't have any of the housing around or the zombie, but I am out of time today. This video needs to be live in an hour and a half, and I still have much more work to do editing. So with that, my friends, I do hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you've gotten this far in the video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, everyone.